Welcome to Double KO Radio, guys. David and I will be talking about Evo and all the
Yes.
announcement that happened this past weekend. This is kind of a follow-up episode from last week. Last week we talked about what we thought all of the developers would be announcing, more or less trying to guess, have some foresight, have some mutant powers, maybe some of us did, maybe some of us didn't. And we're gonna start off with something that was not announced
With the
at
cops.
Evo. Yeah,
Yeah, the cops are around. Sorry.
I don't think in your neighborhood.
Yes.
No, no, I don't think I don't hear it. So I'm pretty sure
Okay, good.
they won't hear the sirens.
Okay, good.
So
No.
just let them know, like, vocally, if you're getting swatted as we're trying to do this.
Oh my God.
So first off, right before Evo, um, SNK announced for their Heroines Tag Team Frenzy that a sort of legacy character was going to be an released for the game, and it is Terry Bogard, but it is a female Terry Bogard, and
Yes.
to everyone's
So,
surprise,
so it's
uh,
not just a female Terry Bogard. It's Terry Bogard turned into a female,
so
which is even more bizarre.
yeah, so to put on so in case people don't know, this is a game where it's has been all female cast so far.
Mm-hmm.
So we wouldn't expect any of the males from the SNK franchise, right? Or KOF or Fatal Fury, all
Yep.
those games, right? So I think this is a really, really smart of them to do
Yeah. That's
because
so
they
good.
could technically not just leave it at Terry. They can just
Yeah.
they could add in 10 to 20 like
Look at Geese
female
Howard.
versions. Yeah, like female geese
Yeah. That would be
with like
godlike.
bandages over his boobs, right?
Yes. That would be godlike, dude. That's so cool. They're actually better than the original ones.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm fond of how short girl Terry's shorts are.
I think it was like you said. I think it was fantastic. It was the best way to introduce a character that people like to play, but in the game that still follows their rules, right? So I think that's awesome that they still follow because then it become a harem, right? It will be like one guy and all these girls.
Yeah,
But the
and
most bizarre thing is that he's a guy. It's not another alternate version of him. It's him turned into a girl.
yeah, game magic. And you know what? You know what? The most interesting thing about the timing of this is how sensitive society is right now around
Oh yeah.
different genders
Forgot about
and
that.
all the I guess
Classifications.
yes, yeah, like the specific things people are trying to make up with, like whether you're a man or female or all that other stuff that I don't want to get into right now.
That we don't even know, we can't even speak of.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, but I think it's still like it's a sensitive time to do this, but in a good way, like in a way where
Yeah,
people are gonna just accept it, right? Because
yeah.
they're whether it be out of fear or out of just going, yeah, these are the times
Preference.
we accept this kind of thing without any
Yeah.
questions. Like, I don't know.
And I don't think
I
that
think it was
anybody
smart.
saw it any other way. Yeah, I don't think anybody saw it any other way other than yo, they put Terry and he's a girl and everybody's cool about it
Yeah,
because it looks cool too. Like it doesn't look crappy, it looks cool.
yeah,
Um,
and
so
the thing about that is too, it's like it's such in an anime style, and
yeah,
anime tends to have these parts of it that are really really bizarre, right? Like
yes,
if you're trying to get your friend into anime, you're not gonna go straight up into one where you're not maybe not gonna go straight up to a hentai or something just with really really bizarre plot where you're like, yeah, yeah, but that's a guy and a girl.
at the same time. Only when the moon rises.
Yeah, only uh, when it's 40 degrees outside, it's kind of both though.
So
You'll see. Just watch all 24 episodes. You'll get there.
So I'm actually, I told you before, I think I told you many times that I'm actually, interested in this game because the mechanics of the game is King of Fighters, but like in a faster type of like a versus series. You know how everything is exaggerated and nothing is taken seriously, but
Yeah.
everything is exaggerated because of it. So I like that. So it intrigues me. Like the combo system looks crazy, the tagging, and now adding old characters like Terry, moveless. I think that's pretty cool, man.
Well,
And the customization, yeah.
I honestly, because I know, like, with me, I've been more realistic about my time in games. So, like, usually the games that I just feel like I won't have enough time for, or rather make time for, I don't really follow. But I don't know, man. Female Terry's hype. I'm interested to see where
It
this
is
goes.
so cool, man. It's so cool.
So to
Very, I
further,
like.
are you? You think you're done talking about female Terry? Or you
Yeah,
got other points?
I don't know. Are we done about talking about Terry though?
I don't know. I don't think we are. So to further this genius kind of strategy, right? I'm seeing from a business aspect where they went with this, right? Before Evo, they're going, boom, let's announce female Terry. It's gonna have talk around our game. It's gonna have talk around Terry Bogard, and then a couple days later during Evo, ARIKA launched their trailer for their game, Fighting EX Layer, and it was a trailer for Pollum Purna and Volcano Rosso. But towards the end of the trailer, lo and behold, Terry Bogard, but regular male Terry Bogard, he's gonna be
Yo, again.
all right. um,
Yeah.
he's gonna be a guest character in the game, and I think for that game, it really needs something like a guest character from another fighting game franchise to help boost sales and help boost just word of mouth on it. And they also tease in the trailer two other characters for like a half second, Area and Sharon, which
Yeah.
isn't as big as the
Terry.
guest character Terry Bogard, but I just wanted to mention that that's more or less where that's happening. So Pullum and Volcano Rosso are set to release around August, September, around there, along with an arcade mode. But as for Terry, they didn't really say if he was going to be a part of that update or if he's coming out later.
Yep. But so a couple of things with that announcement, which is pretty cool, right? Of course, Terry looks awesome, right? He looks really cool because the game has good graphics, right? Technically, it looks even better than KOF, the new KOF.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be bold enough to say that, right? Like the texture of his hair moves and all that stuff, right?
I agree. It's almost like if Street Fighter 5 fusion with the last SNK game.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of met in the middle somewhere.
Yep. He's still talking like a drunk person.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Are you okay?
What's up?
Buster Wolf.
So, but
Rising Tackle.
What I see about
Crack Shoe. Sorry, I can't. I'm imagining him just yelling these things out in a corner in a ditch.
To a nephew or something like that.
And the very popular trope in anime is like he has to have a bottle of alcohol on him so that people know, oh, he's drunk.
He's drunk.
He's not just schizophrenic or something.
Crazy.
Anyway, as you were saying.
So the Pollum and the Rosso, the two characters, that means that they met some of the sales, because they mentioned that they wouldn't be able to release those characters unless certain sales quote wouldn't met, right? Like they want to release this character, they announce, hey, we wanted this, but we need the help of you guys to be able to reach this goal, to be able to release these characters. So them releasing them, technically saying, hey, we reached that goal, thank you. Here are your characters,
Yeah,
and
at least a goal in order to continue putting out content for the game.
That's
now,
correct.
and
because,
then
they don't want to.
No, go ahead.
Because you don't want to set the bar so high, then you just become a big disappointment, right? So they just working. It's a working in progress, and they announce modes, right? Like they announce arcade mode in this, a little trailer and other stuff, which like they literally gonna have an arcade for it, right? Like in certain locations. So they try to promote the best they can, little by little. So I like that. I like that they're trying to keep pushing the energy of this game. And it was at Evo too.
It's funny. I forgot that I had a layout to switch out. Sorry, whoever's listening, but here's the picture now of Terry Bogard and all of the DLC that's on the screen right now.
Oh, you
anyway,
switched it again?
Yeah, I forgot that I had to switch it. My bad, everybody. I am a caveman when it comes to technology.
So, just mention in the comment how long did it took us.
Dude, imagine I just forgot at the end and it's just fucking female Terry there the whole time. I'm sure people wouldn't mind.
Why not? Why
But
not?
like it would have been cooler if it was like in one of those Dead or Alive volleyball games where you just like leave them there and they just keeps going through different angles and
Yep,
poses. Anyway,
absolutely. But yeah, those two announcements pretty cool. They go hand to hand. More Terry, two guest characters for Terry. That's pretty cool. I want to see more Terrys. Maybe Terry can be on Street Fighter Five.
Terry can be the new Noctis.
No, no, I have something to say about that. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. So we're gonna move on to Capcom's announcement.
Okay.
They basically, you and I kind of called it on this one when it came to what they were gonna announce. I said if they wanted to win their fans at Evo, they needed to show Sagat in some way, maybe in the trailer
Getting
with
hit or
G,
something.
the
Yeah.
one that was the initial one that was teased throughout the weekend. And you said no, Sagat needs his own trailer.
Yeah.
And essentially we got both in that weekend. So the
But
way,
clearly they changed that when they heard us. They
yeah,
changed the whole
yeah,
thing.
they were like, oh fuck, dude, these guys. We only got a couple days, guys. They put out the podcast. They said we need to win Evo by putting these guys out, but they did one up us though. They pulled
did.
they pulled a blizzard and just told everybody, hey, guess what? Tomorrow it's available, instead of like in like a couple months, right? Both of them.
I think that set everything the mood incredibly high. Everyone was so happy. At least I could hear the crowd reaction, the claps when they mentioned it's out now. How he said it, and everybody was like, "Fuck, what? Oh, that's awesome!"
Like
or maybe in a couple of hours.
half of the people almost got up off their seats, right? Probably like to get the plane ticket home early.
Yep. I think that was cool, man, and I think that's what they need to do. And I get it that there's some time, but they know, dude. They know how the game is right now, and they need to do the best they can to keep whoever is left. It wasn't a bad trailer. The guy dressed as G, cosplaying as G. Wasn't a bad cosplay. I think it was great cosplay.
Oh yeah, this is how they set up before the trailer, like the.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mention that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, they showed G, so let's just set it up for the people. They showed the G trailer. Ono-san, one of the faces for the Street Fighter franchise, right? He was out there and he said Blanca's got something in his pocket, and then he showed the G trailer, and then when they faded back out, both his little Blanca doll and himself had an eye patch on. So of course everybody got hype. Oh wait, I'm skipping.
You skipping? Yeah,
I completely skipped.
You in the future. So
All right,
he
let me.
said first he ran the trailer, right?
Yeah.
First the guy came. He was like, "Oh, we have a surprise," and he got interrupted by someone, like a voice. Someone is talking, very majestic, very presidential. And when he looks to the side, this guy coming dressed as G with someone, walking him. And he's in character. This guy's in full in character. He's not even getting out of everything he's saying. And I don't understand half of the shit he was saying, but it's because there were like things that he says in the game.
It was in English, bro.
In the game. Oh, that too. So he's saying all this, and then he says something, power to the people, presidential power, and then boom, they run the trailer. And then he shows his thing. It shows his V trigger. It shows all his things that he's saying. And it looked cool. It looked different. It looked different gameplay. It looked awesome. And then when he finished, that's when this guy has an eye patch and his Blanca doll has an eye patch. So people are hype. Oh fuck, where's the god? And then that's when they. Are you ready?
Sure you can. What was I gonna say? As you know, it's the first time I noticed, because of that actor, that his like weird gold tattoos are all like
his
the
skin.
continents.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. Fuck, I thought they were like random.
No. Well,
that's dope.
Yeah, they're all like like world continents and stuff.
I wonder if Puerto Rico is there. Puerto Rico's not a continent.
No, yeah, it is. It's part of America.
United States. That's dope, dude. I didn't know about that. That's pretty cool. What do you think about the Sagat trailer, dude?
It was okay. I mean, it's Sagat. It like one thing people were really worried about was how his fireballs would be. Would he still be doing fireballs like old school Sagat when the characters changed so much
Yeah.
from the previous Street Fighters to this current one to try and make them a little more well balanced, more fleshed out, more creative. So people were one of the things people were worried about with this game not being so zone heavy is whether
Uh-huh.
Sagat would be left with those tiger shots like freely, or would it be like a part of a V trigger or something like that. So I'm
Especially
pretty
in
sure
this
people
game
were
that is
happy about
not
that.
so heavy and stuff like that. Yeah, I hear you. I did got hyped when I saw the tiger. It would have been so cool if the tiger would have been him, and
Oh
he's
my
an
god! And
animal
they
now, and
transform.
he just no, he just fights you. It's like I understand the tiger goes and fucks you up.
No, it's a
Yo,
guest character. It's the tiger
the girl from
Heihachi's,
Tekken.
yeah, the Heihachi's ex-wife's
Wife,
pet
yeah.
tiger.
Bro, that would be amazing. He already has tiger uppercut, so it would have been cool. So the tiger looks cool. What I like is that they played it very safe, right? They show the new outfit that he has, the most modernized with ARF and all that stuff, and they quickly change it to his classic outfit
Yeah,
immediately, and they left it like that for almost the rest of the trailer because
like
they know people are so attached to that.
like if people go, wait, who the hell is this? Oh, this is
Oh,
Sagat.
that guy, yeah, I like that they did that. And he looked cool. It's a guy at work that he hasn't played Street Fighter 5 because Sagat wasn't there. So when I saw him the next day, I was like, yo, they announced too. He's like, yo, man, I can't wait to get this game. And then internally, I chuckled. I was like, oh god, you're getting right. That's just Street Fighter 5.
It's funny because that's been the thing for a lot of people too. It shows you how important these characters are to people's like
Yeah,
like
like excellent.
nostalgia and lives,
Anyway,
because there's like, even with me, I'm like, dude, if Blanca's good, I'm gonna play the game again.
it
But
just makes you, even if it's not good, it makes you revisit or it makes you
yeah,
be
it
more
did make
related
me
to
go
it.
back and play a little bit at least, and it was
Yeah,
fun. But around that time also Dragon Ball came out, so started playing that a little bit
better
more.
games. But I think they did better, right? It would have been a shame if they would have shown a silhouette of Sagat. It would have been such a letdown, dude. That shit would have been
Well,
so
they can't even
horrible.
do that anyway because like they showed Sagat a long time ago. They showed all the characters.
It's
So
Capcom, bro. Don't underestimate. Hold my beer, and they fucking put another
so
silhouette.
so it would make sense that they just can't do it the same way anymore and go like, when they show the characters, it's like, oh, it's the same guy. Like we know
But
it's
there's a question
him.
for you.
What?
Right, they only show the eye patch and nothing else.
Yeah.
I have a question for Son. They didn't announce anything else. No new season. No upcoming patch. No anything. No
Well,
world tour.
well, I mean, they kind of, what's it called? It's kind of like they don't really need to right now. Like it's just kind of expected that there is gonna be another World Tour season because it is the most successful one for fighting game esports, right? And they're still making money off this stuff, so I'm pretty sure season, what is it, 4? What is it gonna be? Is it gonna be 4? One,
Not
two,
sure
or
to be
3,
honest.
or maybe the third season or 4. I don't know, whatever season. Like I'm pretty sure another one's gonna happen. And now with these characters out a little earlier than it has been the last 2 years, so yeah, this will be the fourth one announced. I'm pretty sure they have even more time to have maybe even a character ready by Capcom Cup in December.
Like Terry Bogard.
Oh my god.
But it was cool. It was a good announcement. It felt better energy. I liked it. It's pretty cool. Um, and wait, we have more announcement though. Didn't after Capcom, who was the Bandai, right?
Yeah, that one is next. Are you done with the Capcom?
Well, yeah, I don't. Unless I missed something, I don't
No.
think I have. No.
The Uncanny Edition that was
Oh
announced.
yeah,
Oh
you
wait,
missed the trailer?
yeah, I
Oh
think
no,
I missed the trailer, so we're gonna skip that. So
I
Bandai
think they did too.
Bandai Namco had a lot of stuff going on. Which one you want to do first? Dragon Ball, Tekken, Soul Calibur.
I start with Dragon Ball. I follow it with Soul Calibur.
All right, so basically in Dragon Ball, all they really said was they had a a new cinematic trailer for what's happening already, right? And as they were announcing it, the one of the dudes that are one of the, I guess one of the lead people of the game that's not the lady, Hiroko Tomoko, I think her name is, or something like that. Hiroki
Hmm.
Tomoko. Um, he nonchalantly says like, the here's like the trailer for what's being released in a couple days. Like he actually says the date, and he says it like if we already knew or something like that. But we're all like, oh shit, okay, I guess that's the date it's coming out. Cool, confirmed that it is this upcoming week, and it's cool. It goes through all this a lot of cinematic stuff throughout the Saiyan saga to build up hype for base Goku and base Vegeta. Like they show
Yeah,
Nappa and Krillin and Yamcha, all the stuff that happened in the
that was
anime,
so cool,
and
dude.
it
That
was,
was so
yeah, it was really well done. But this is Evo, so they know better. So even if he's not ready, they showed one more character reveal, which was Cooler, Frieza's brother.
Which it was good, right? Because everyone's seen already, and they're being very vocal about these characters they're already shown, right? Like, their social media has been saying it and showing stuff, So of course that wouldn't be enough, Like you mentioned, it's evil, it wouldn't be enough for this platform, right? So they needed to show something else. I was crossing my fingers to see 17, bro. You don't know how
Yeah.
bad it was. I almost broke my fingers. But anyway, Cooler looked amazing. It was a little bit cringy because they were like extending it, like, are you ready? And then they mentioned about the Akira Toriyama thing. They mentioned who was the original creator of Dragon Ball and all that stuff. And I don't know, like it was great, like a thank you thing, but I didn't feel like the warm welcome from that. I didn't feel like anybody reacted to that
Well,
any other way.
it was kind of hard. It was kind of hard to like It's cool that we, I guess, as a community, are getting acknowledged in a way by someone who secludes himself in his house,
Yes.
somewhere deep in Japan, that created this stuff like 30 years ago and is like, helping write the and design whatever is
Hmm.
currently happening in Dragon Ball still. But like, it's not something that's like in this kind of stage, in Evo. It's just like, cool, get on with it. Like it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
awesome.
not to be rude and shit, it's
Acu-
just at this point, like you mentioned, it's just like, hey, this is not what we're here for, right?
mhm.
Like we would go to a thing, to a fan base festival, whatever. We're in there, but today it's all about the characters, man.
And they've got to put themselves into the people's perspective that are sitting down there, right? Whatever you're about to say is always, to them or to the people out there, it's always to like their greatest expectation. Like, oh, they're gonna say the thing, they're gonna say
That's
the
the
thing I've been
thing.
waiting for. Oh, okay, Akira Toriyama says he thinks we're
Hello,
cool. Okay, cool. All right, but
hello.
we get to the thing. Come on, are you gonna get to the thing? Oh, they're gonna show us what we saw already, but in a flashier way. Okay, I guess it makes sense. They just
But
announced it.
after this, they're gonna show us the thing.
Yeah, then, but we're always gonna be waiting for the thing, you know.
That's very true because I'm, to be honest, I was also like that. I was like, okay, that's cool. Like for me, I was like, that's awesome. But like I get it. Like these people are there waiting for a show.
And you know
They don't
what?
want to hear less.
You know what I'm thinking too? Like, for time reasons, right? For time reasons, like, you gotta get all these people on stage. You gotta have they present themselves, like if it's almost like E3 or something like that, where they're going on stage and presenting their game and all that other stuff. But to be honest, all you really need to do is do that like universal announcement that goes, and now for an announcement from Bandai Namco, and then you
What
just
is it?
fucking
What is it?
they
Award?
just
What is
fucking
this? The
and then they,
Grammys?
huh?
What is it? The Grammys?
Dude, it's something that'll be faster and more efficient, right? And then you'll they play the fucking trailer, fans go nuts, and then they fucking cool off till they start another top eight.
No, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, I think, well, it's always weird. It's always cringy, but they always want to see a face, right? They always want to make it personal. They want to put that face in there. So I just thought it was a little bit weird. I was like, oh, get on with it. Are you ready?
So
and they were not synchronized either. Like I was like, what's going on? But I think that was cool, man. The trailer was cool, and I like that they use in-game graphics, right? So that's pretty dope.
yeah, I think Cooler's animations look really nice. I didn't expect to see that much movement in his mouth, his teeth, his lips, his guard that closes all up. Like it was good animation. His tail. What'd you think about like what he does?
It's pretty cool, man. He looks amazing.
I like
thing. That's pretty dope, man.
I like his ground wave thing. Did you notice that move? Like a wave, not ground beef.
I don't think I recall that.
It has like a full screen ground wave. It's just
water wave.
Yeah, basically.
I like the kick he does because it's very iconic what he does in the movie. When he stomps Goku in the mountain over and over with his feet.
Yeah.
And you can see like the silhouette of his chest and everything.
Yeah.
I like that. It's like, damn, fuck your couch. Pretty dope.
I think it's interesting that like all his like moves or combos or whatever, he's always switching sides. So that's like kind of like a double-edged sword. Because you could get out the corner easy, but you can like probably to do damage, you're probably gonna need to have your enemy come out of the corner.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that he has a beam. I'm hoping that that's his assist, like his Kamehameha kind of assist.
He has to have that beam, right? He has to have it. I was hoping that they would have even win even more nuts and be like in Dragon Ball Heroes type of, Spoiler alerts. He's there.
I know he's there. I know he's there, but I haven't watched Heroes.
That's why I didn't say anything. That's why, but he's there and he does stuff. So I was like, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still like it. He looks cool, and always new characters always happen to be more fun than the older ones. So let's see.
Yeah.
Like
So next up we're talking about Tekken.
Oh, Tekken, yes.
Real quick. Yeah, real quick. We'll talk about Tekken. Okay. Anna Williams and Lee Wulong. Lee Wulong. Yeah, I always call him Lee.
The chat is gonna kill you right now.
Nah, that's fine.
Call him Lee because it's a Lee character.
Dude, I said Lee last week too instead of Lei when I mentioned him.
It's Lee Chaolan, no? Lee Wulong. Different guys.
So this one I kind of called on them bringing back 2 legacy characters because it wasn't even like because I assumed it. It's like it's been a year of people just asking for characters, specifically legacy characters that haven't been in the game, and Harada has mentioned to them that he's listening to them, and you just gotta give him some time, and we'll see what happens depending on business stuff, right? So I'm just assuming all these characters that still have question marks, the 5 question marks, are all gonna be characters that are the most highly requested. And Anna and Lei were 2 of the most highly requested, so they showed them.
Especially Lei. Lei's always been a fan favorite. It was like, oh, but where's Lei? You know how they say that about every character. But from the classic one, definitely this. I think it was funny, right? Because they were saying that Harada has different picture. I think I mentioned you this, and they were like, hey, who do you want? Right? And he would pull like different pictures of different classic characters. So people were saying in the crowd, like, oh, is it gonna be pictures? Is it gonna be like, do we get to choose who's gonna be next? That would have been cool. Like if we were in a trolley version, that would be funny. Yeah. Like Gon was the #1 by your poll. People were like, no way. And then they would show the trailer. That would have been really cool.
Dude, when you said Gon, I thought you meant Gon Freaks.
Oh my God! Stop.
Can you imagine that if they announced him? Stop. Gon Freaks.
That would have been Hunter Blake Blue. Stop.
So
they can. Anyway.
So weird. They announced a guest character also for this game, and there's a lot of mixed feelings. But it's still more on the hype side, but still makes you feel kind of weird. Like you had a really good night drinking, but you don't have a hangover, but it's still like you still feel kind of bad, but not like full hangover. Like so Negan from Walking Dead. Yeah. So Negan from Walking Dead was announced as a hidden character. They only showed a silhouette. They only showed a picture of him, and they had a sound bite of him, and
Yeah,
they basically put Walking Dead X Tekken, and it's gonna be interesting. I don't see
yeah,
him. You know, a lot of the newer characters don't have as many moves as the legacy characters, so 100% he's probably gonna have the least moves in the game because I don't know what the fuck this guy does in the move in the series because
so he has
I
a bat.
yeah, he has Lucille or whatever because even when before the show aired, like when it originally aired, I had read the graphic novels till literally right before him, and I stopped watching the show till the arc right before him. So I don't know this guy, so I can't say whether how hype it is or not. I just know he has brutal,
Controversy around him.
kind of
Yeah,
brutal like tactics on how he kills people and shit.
yeah, me neither. Like I don't follow the thing, but obviously social media and stuff like that, you get to get a hint of stuff, and yeah, and there's a lot of. I would say he's a very controversial character, right? Like, once again, very out of nowhere, right? Like, do you be like in Tekken? But this is like King of the Iron Fist tournament, like martial arts galore. But then again, he has evolved so much, right? And I guess that's just a title now, right? But given when they mentioned that Tekken slash Walking Dead, that brings traffic, right? That is Walking Dead such a big iconic name, and just stamping it onto something is bound to bring some traffic, dude, or great promotion. So I think that's a great move from them
It's
in that aspect.
it's honestly like if a Game of Thrones character wasn't so caliber, you know, it would be like in
Yeah,
that
it
same
would
realm.
be
Oh,
an NPC. It'd
yeah.
be an NPC.
No, no, they got good fighters there, bro. Don't hate on something you don't watch. Um, so here's how I can connect this. You ready? I'm connecting the dots right now. You ready
Gotcha.
for some theorizing?
Gotcha. Let's go.
One of these characters that are in the question marks, right? It's gonna be a legacy character that died, and he's gonna come back as a zombie, and that's why Negan's there. Zombie King or Armor
Oh my
King,
God,
right?
Armor King.
A
Armor
zombie
King.
Armor King and the original King as zombies,
Oh
as
my
Echo
God.
Fighters with extra zombie stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
I dig
right,
it.
right. I
Yes,
spun it in a way that it would make sense.
it makes sense. How many characters was announced in question marks? Was it four or
Three,
five?
three. It
Three?
well, five
Three?
total, three unannounced, and then Negan, so six total basically.
So question, that red question mark, and this is what I got confused. That red question mark was the guest character, or was,
Yes.
hey, we have a guest character and then also Negan.
No, no, no. The question mark is Negan because how
Okay.
they edit it, it goes to that question mark and Negan appears from
Like
it
if you
basically.
selected it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah,
So
very mixed feelings. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, it's one of those like, all right, we'll see what happens. We'll see how he plays, basically, right?
Hope he has a gun.
Yeah. Because even in the realm of like power levels, he's kind of out of place because these guys, like, they all have very. This is one thing that always weirded me out about Tekken, right? They have all these very. It has the most realistic move set in fighting games when it comes to them being regular humans, but in cinematics and shit, they're just off the wall anime
Superhuman.
goofball like fucking Heihachi slapping missiles away and all that stuff. Like even in the Tekken movies, it gets to
Yeah.
ridiculous proportions. But
Yeah.
so in that respect,
Karate,
he
bro.
looks like a little out of place. But yeah, let's move on to Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur. Yay! All right. So Soul Calibur had an interesting thing, right? So they had like a exhibition, plus they had a specific streamer running the game, like a beta version of the game, or like a build of the Evo build, let's call it like that. So there was a lot of gameplay for it, and there was like a little tournament they did on the for Soul Calibur on their main Twitch, right? For Bandai Namco. And then at the finals they announced two characters, which was Astaroth and Seong, right? They're not surprising because a lot of leaks and a lot of hints mentioned that they were gonna be them. Astaroth, we saw like a stage that could be his with the snakes and the green stuff. So Mina is the favorite, I guess, from people. I never understood what was the fan base of Seong, to be honest.
Honestly, with me, she was always the boring Killick, so I never picked her.
But then again, she was before Killick, right? So,
Yeah, but that's
but
imagine that. Me calling her the boring Killick, and she's the first.
yeah,
She was first.
like to be honest, I never saw the appeal. But you know, everybody. That's why Soul Calibur has so many characters. Everybody likes different characters. But she's back, and they look cool. I like the movement. They look similar to their more like Soul Calibur 1 iteration, like in terms of moves. Um, but I just saw nothing that was like, yo, this is incredible. Like, you know, I can't hold myself anymore.
The only
Like when I saw Nightmare, you know, and he fucking rolled the horse and fucking sliced you and all. I didn't saw that. But it was good. For me, it's just still exciting because they're Soul Calibur characters and a lot of new moves and stuff like that were presented. So.
what I did like was her super at the end, all that speeding stuff,
Yeah.
and then she scrapes it on the ground to create lightning. That part was cool, but you know, it's a cinematic. It's supposed to be like have
But they're doing really
an
well
effect
with
like
this,
that.
right? Like look at Lei Wulong, critical edge, right? It was very boring. He jumps over you, he taunts you, do a couple of punches, and do a punch at the end that didn't even have that that right?
Yeah.
Like that build up. Every super in Soul Calibur so far has that build up and hits you, you know. And I like that, you know, because that's the whole sense of, you know, expectation, and then boom, it delivers the attack. So they've been doing very well with that. Even Astaroth was really cool.
Astaroth was
So I
cool.
like it.
I don't like Astaroth's voice, his English voice. I actually never did. I always put him in Japanese.
Yeah.
But his moves look really like devastating. Like his moves look
Yes.
fun to do. You know what I mean? Like I wanna backbreak people. I wanna
And slam someone on the wall and fling him, you know,
yeah.
like drag. That's fucking cool. Yeah, it looked pretty cool. Xiomina had less clothes. I don't know what happened to her clothes, but she had less clothes. Yeah, I like about that too about Soul Calibur. They don't care about all these things. Look, like they fucking have Ivy the same way, you know.
Yeah, this sensitivity around like you know,
like
any kind
alive,
of degradation to any kind of like sex, like whether it be the female or male. Like, it's mainly the female too, because like when when I thought it was really interesting when they dropped that trailer for what's that shit called? Dead or Alive 6.
Yeah.
And they made it a point to say that hey, we're trying not to have our females so sexualized anymore, and people who lost their shit and all that, right? But but in that same trailer, there's dudes with their shirts off and they're all ripped and stuff.
Yeah,
that
but in
same
Calibur,
exact trailer.
your underwear. Your guys can be on your underwear, so your armor breaks, and you all fucking butt naked, Mr. Rugi, showing all your, you know, all your goods. So that happens. So you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's the best way to approach it. But yeah, Soul Calibur was cool. I wasn't impressed with what they showed. I thought they were gonna show a guest character, but I think I mentioned a guest character, which will be really cool. Other than Gerald, or his
Gerald. I liked his song. Like I listened to his stages song, and when they had that tournament, I thought it was cool.
It is really cool.
Has that that lady wailing in the background, like singing. Yeah, whatever
That's
was.
exactly what it was. Exactly, word per word. Moving on, who we got? We got ARCSYS.
ARCSYS.
Yo,
Yeah, the hype.
God.
So what about this you want to talk about first?
Well, they announced a Blaze Blue. Let's do a Blaze Blue. So they announced a trailer that we knew that they were gonna announce because of leaks, right? Most likely, I think we called that one.
We did.
Announce that trailer.
We did.
Which is not bad because it wasn't like, here's characters. They built a trailer for it, so that's good. Like they were talking in the trailer and like interacting. So that means this wasn't a lazy just drop off whatever the characters. You know, they build the trailer for that. Which was cool, and they show a little bit of interactions between certain characters that we didn't know they had. And then at the end, they show a surprise, right? They show like a fifth, installment or universe or something. It's gonna be now part of this crossover, which is really awesome, man. And it was a pink dot, right? And it could be anything, but most likely we already know what it is based on the leaks, if the leaks are correct. So what do you think it could be? If it wasn't the leaks, it says that it's Senran Kagura. What do you think it would be?
From when I was looking at the trailer, that announced 9 characters, basically 9 characters, all dropping this week, all dropping in one fell swoop. That was like really cool. It was like basically on the same level as Capcom when they're going, all right, and here's the characters, take them all, right? But even better because there's 9 of them. There's
Yeah.
nine new toys to play with for people who play
Okay.
that game, and they all play, they all have different, very
Different.
different
Yeah.
ways of playing. It's not like, let's say, Dragon Ball, where you're getting 2 Echo Fighters this week, right? You know, you're getting people that are vastly different in their play styles. So that's pretty
Absolutely.
fun. Um,
And characters that people requested.
yeah, you're getting Nine the Phantom, Izayoi,
That girl with
Ria. Who else?
whatever her name is.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the samurai girl.
The
Ak
Merkava guy.
yeah, Merkava, Akihiko,
Akihiko, yeah.
Mika,
Hmm.
Mitsuru. A lot of
Mitsuru.
M names. Mai
Yeah. Yeah.
and Labris.
Yeah. So
So yeah,
they
that,
build it up, man. That's good.
and it's nice and even too.
Uh,
Nice even amount of for each franchise minus the Ruby characters, but
yeah,
hopefully
two
that gets
guys and
fixed.
all girls. I like it.
Yeah,
Steven.
I mean it's opposite Dragon Ball. You need one where the waifus
Absolutely.
are,
Like, what's going on,
and
yo?
Dragon Ball B where all the husbandos are.
Jesus Christ.
But
Yeah.
yeah, really really cool trailer, really hype trailer, and the whole Fate has a lot of people talking. And what I was gonna say before is like there is a lot of talk in like the YouTube channel, the YouTube page's trailer as to what it could possibly be, and they're mentioning all this other stuff like Neptunia something,
Yes. Antonio, there's
Melty
so many good
Blood,
ones. Yes, which
you
will be
know.
a factor, yeah.
Yeah, they're mentioning a bunch of different types of other anime fighting slash franchises slash, just what they would like as opposed to Senran and Kagura, honestly, because it doesn't sound like too many people are hyped for it. But I'm sure when the characters come out and
I'm gonna
when,
be fucking hyped.
yeah,
Hell yeah. I'm gonna
there's gonna be people that are hyped for it, but
immediately.
it doesn't look like it's like for the anime dudes that are hardcore. Like I think they prefer their more hardcore stuff in there for
I
this
hear you.
game.
My wish, other than of course, Senran Kagura is fantastic, and they already had a game that had a lot of crossover characters, and they had Senran Kagura characters there. Um, so my wish would have been if it was Arcana Hearts. But
That
Arcana
one
Hearts
too.
is
I forgot the name of that,
yeah.
but yeah, that one too, bro. People
So
were
that
mentioning
that
that.
game is good, right? When it came out, it's a little bit slower in some aspect, but it had very unique style. You have Persona style things, and you have air combos, dashes, and whatever. Every character played very different, and I think it will fit well in this game. Base, and then it will help out, putting the people that are fan of this Arcana Heart games, and that's bringing more traffic into this game, right?
Yeah.
Because those people are fighting game players, so they want to come here and use, no, my waifus are better than your waifus. I'm going to show you why, right? And that's fantastic. That's great. But given that Senran Kagura doesn't have a fighting game per se, alone by itself, it's still fine. It's just I don't know the traffic that might bring, right? Because maybe the people that play Senran Kagura like more the Dynasty Warrior types of games, and they might be more afraid to just dive in here, or they might. But I'm just saying they might be a little bit more hesitant to someone that already plays fighting games. They have a character from a fighting game already in here. Yeah,
Uh,
that would be fantastic. Then.
I mean, if it's brand new characters too, the sprites might look even a little better.
Yes.
That's a positive.
Yeah, I have an idea that they might use the one in that other game, but let's see. I can't remember the name. I think it's Climax Battle something Dark Side.
Always with the climax with these Japanese
Yeah,
games.
of course. Well, you gotta get there. That's the point of life. And then that's it done.
Japanese guys going climax, huh? I could use one of those. Let me buy this game.
Think about this, right? So now they're adding another whatever world or something. The doors are open now. It can mean that whole thing can be open for any other world, any other thing, anything, dude, anything can be open now.
Well, yeah, now that they have that middle piece there that's pink, you can add like 1, 2, 3, 4,
on the
4
side.
more to make a nice diamond.
Diamond, yes, dude, it's so cool, man. So I like it. I'm excited. I like the energy this game is getting. I don't know.
The top 8 was really good too in
There
Evo.
was a lot of. It was really fun to watch. You know, it was good. It was good. I like it.
Lastly, they announced their World Tour, Pro Tour. Like ARCSYS is actually having a Pro Tour for its 3 main games, which is right now Guilty Gear, Exert Revelator 2, Blaze Blue Central Fiction,
Central Fiction.
and Cross Tag Battle.
Yes. Surprised that that Central Fiction is still there, even without a new recent update or anything like that. And the gameplay looking very slow compared to BB Tag, dude.
Yeah.
Very, very slow. Very, very slow. By the way, that doesn't mean it's not less technical or anything like that. It's just in the aspect of viewing aspect, it feels very slow compared to how chaotic BB Tag is.
Yeah. Which is fine. It's like it's comparing almost like, you know, Marvel to Street Fighter.
But then again, you got Guilty Gear, right? If you want to slow it down a little bit, then you have Guilty Gear, which is, I'm gonna say, you know, in my opinion, is the better game of all 3, right? In terms of everything that it has.
Especially aesthetics, like all the way it looks
everything.
is literally the best looking fighting game of all time. I don't care what anybody says. It is the most beautiful fighting game of all time.
It's ridiculous. But then again, it's not only view, right? Everything about that game is so much stuff and so great, you know, in the technical and everything presentation. And so that's why I'm saying, like, I was so surprised that Blaze Blue is still there, even without a new update. And also, this definitely has to be the last Blaze Blue Central Fiction, until they announce either a new Blaze Blue that is not BB Tag or a new update. Because that's it, dude. What else they can continue this old game, dude? Is I don't know.
They're gonna be like KOF. Like even in the early 2000s, I'm like, yo, man, what's up with the graphics, KOF? Been playing you since like '96. What's going on? It's look at all these other games. Yeah, but it's true. Like if they make another one, it needs to be brand new. It needs to be on another level, and that'll really bring a lot of people to it. If it looks exactly the same, unless it's like, you know, looking exactly the same because it's a mobile version of the game, then.
But it might hurt BB Tag, dude, and that's their new boy right now. That's their new kid, and I don't know.
I mean, the cool thing about BB Tag is like even if the graphics are negative, right now for comparative to other games, the graphics are on a negative, but the positive is it makes it a lot easier for these things to happen, like 9 characters dropping at once, you know.
Or like in Marvel Infinite.
What, like in Marvel Infinite?
You know, the graphics are horrible, but it allows you to put all these characters in.
I mean, in terms of like the way these games are, it has a lot of similarities to Marvel, right? Graphically, you know, are not. It's like I'm just saying, based on how the community takes it, it's like graphically, it's hit or miss. What else was I gonna say? Character selection. People, you know, you're putting all these franchises together, so they're gonna be like, hey, why don't we have 100 characters? So you know, it's gonna be a split decision on that. What else?
You sounded like 90% of it. And then the gameplay of it.
Yeah, and the gameplay is like fantastic. You know, it's supposed to be a little watered down compared to the ones prior to it, like the prior games. So people are gonna be hesitant to want to play because they like their fighting games to make them feel like they're really good because they're doing difficult things and doing you know, more than the regular man's like fighting game player. So but you know, when they really delve into both of those games and they don't just think about how easy it is to confirm a combo or just because there's auto combos, they can really see that there are very difficult things to do, and the meta around it is more so what strategy you have to try and make a team work and keep kind of like pressure and okizemi and just synergy in general with all these characters, instead of just focusing on but these auto combos. And you know what? To be honest, people were making fun of it at first for calling them smart combos, but you technically can call them smart combos because unlike fucking Dragon Ball, they don't keep going if you keep pressing the button. They have to make contact. That's fucking smart.
And that's what grinds my gears.
And that is what grinds my gears. But yeah, excited for. I know we went off a little bit. I'm excited for the Arcrevo World Tour. It announced like some of the places that it's gonna be at, but not all of them. It's gonna be at Evolution next year, Texas Showdown, Frosty Faustings, and CEO in America. In Europe, it's gonna be at Revolution, Brussels Challenge, and Head Stomper. In Japan, it's gonna be at Arcrevo Japan and Evo Japan. And in Asia, it's gonna be in Southeast Asia Major. But they have more tournaments to announce. Whenever they keep setting up.
They're just getting started.
Yeah, it's just getting started. And I'm sure with how things have been, they're gonna probably have regional online qualifiers and stuff like that announced also.
So sounds so hyped, dude. I'm very excited. For BB Tag, to be honest, but I'm excited that they're also bringing this more into the main public. When you do a world tour, obviously the world, right? So all the eyes are on you, right? Like Street Fighter and all that stuff. So that's more publicity, man, and I love that. Let it be there in the spotlight. Let it shine, man.
The best thing about World Tours for me is it brings people more into this being an actual sport. Because with sports, there's an end game. Every year there's an end game. And if you get a World Tour every year, this gives players an end game, an overall champion. Evo is great for being that one big tournament that you can say, yeah, I'm the Evo World Champion, so technically I'm the champion of this game for the year. But if you put a tour into it also, that changes things.
It does. Pretty cool. It's challenging. It's exciting. So dope, dude. Love it.
I mean, that's all I got for this stuff. A really amazing amount of content announced this year at Evo. If anything, I think especially with BB Tag's help, I think this has to be a record in fighting games where characters were dropped in 1 week. Not even announced, just dropped. Because there's two Street Fighter, 9 in Blaze Blue, 2 in Dragon Ball. Like all these, all these characters in 1 week for all these people from all different worlds. Just to practice this week, to train on this week, to lab with. Whether you like Street Fighter, where you like Dragon Ball or either of the two or all three, you got it's an exciting time right now, especially with Dragon Ball having a patch. People are grinding that out right now.
So cool, dude. I think for things are changing in a rapid way that I'm gonna call it old companies because they are really old. They're just adapting and just going with it because if one person does it, everyone has to do it. They cannot be the bad kid on the block right now. That's gonna hurt them way more than it was before having entitled. Well, but it's my game. They're gonna play it. Nope. Now they have shown that is not the thing. Show the support, and the support will be shown back. That's what I took from what they were showing here. Hey guys, you want this? Hey, help me, love me. So hey, more for us, more for them, right?
And I think it really shows. Even though it was a big negative on how Capcom handled their announcement last year at Evo, it was a learning piece for all these companies to go, all right, we have to hit a home run this weekend. No matter what, speed up production on something or push something to the side or make a trailer or something because we have to hit a home run this weekend.
Yeah, they did good. They did fantastic. So I definitely... Completely different Capcom, man. I'm telling you, new Capcom, still not bought in the fighting game thing from them. Everything else they're doing is fantastic, but still on the defensive in their fighting games for now. But everything else is fantastic. So as long as they keep this energy, I can only be hopeful.
All right, I'm done. You done, David?
I'm done for Evo, bro. Yes, bro. We gotta go. Double KO Radio. Hopefully, one day we'll be at Evo, and we will have a better insight on how it smells.
Oh my god. All right, guys, thank you for listening. hit the like, hit the subscribe, or hit the follow or whatever. Hit the anything.
Yes.
Show us some love, show
Yes.
us some support, and keep on fighting. Peace out.
Yeah. Bye.